I'm real excited today to share a new trick that I just learned for making shrimp and crab eyes. The old way that I used to make them was take a piece of monofilament and a lighter and burn it till I got a nice little round black eye on the end of the monofilament. Wasn't always symmetrical and they were always black. This new way, they're more symmetrical and you can make them whatever color you want. You do need a few materials. You need some UV resin. I'm using the Clear Cure Goo in thick. Loom or whatever you have works fine. You also need a UV curing light, a lighter, some monofilament, and some nail polish. To begin, start just the way I used to start. 2 to 3 inch piece of monofilament, 15 to 20 pound works well. This is a little heavier because it's a little easier for you to see. And you just burn a little nub right at the end. It doesn't have to be perfect. This just holds the UV resin onto the line. From there, dip into a little puddle of UV resin, and you want to dip straight down. You don't want to put it on its side because you don't want the UV resin up and down the side of the eyes. So just dip straight in until you get a nice little glob on the end, and then hit it with your UV light. Now here we literally have a nice, perfectly round, clear eye. The great advantage of doing it this way, you can really control the size of the eyes well, because if that's too small for you, just take and dip in and get a little bit more resin on that ball and make it whatever size you want your eye to be. That's probably a medium to a medium large right there. And let it cure up for just a second. And again, if you wanted a clear eye for whatever reason, you're done. But I want a red eye, so I'm going to use some red nail polish. This actually looks a little deeper than you might think you would want for a red eye, but it comes out real nice. I didn't go to the store and find any specific color. I just rifled through my wife's nail polish, and this was the red that I found. And just get most of the nail polish off the brush. You don't want it real thick. You don't want it to glob, and paint it on there. If you've got a daughter who's trying to learn how to paint her nails, this might be a good project for her. And be careful. Try not to get it up and down the shaft of the line, just right there on the end. A nice little red ball, and that's going to take about 4 to 5 minutes to dry. I typically do these about a dozen at a time, and by the time I get to the end of my dozen forming and painting, the first one's typically dry and looks like this. Now you could be done. I like to dip it one more time and just put a real thin coat. You're not trying to build up any more bulk. You just want a nice thin coat to protect that nail polish when you're fishing. So you get that on there, and make sure you don't point your light at your puddle or that will harden up. And just get it, and that's it. That is a bulletproof eye. The color's not going to come off because we put the extra top coat on, and you can make whatever color. As you see, very quick. You can do a dozen of these in about 10 minutes. That's it. It's super simple and they work great. Coming up on my next video, I'm going to show you a trick I learned from Enrico Puglisi on tying these on 2 at a time. It makes it a lot easier, faster, and they're always even. Thanks for watching.